York, come tonight for the time of your life. Gallagher's 2000.
Let your imagination run wild.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
We're talking New York sports. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
It's Pete Hoffman with you on the Fan up until 5 a.m. when Joe B takes over. And we start out the show, obviously, with the Subway Series, how it went towards the Yankees' way. And again, there was some life. There was a build-up to this game, right? And it was a good build-up because it was about time where, the Mets actually had a little bit of a streak. They swept the series, and they won 8 out of 12 games, and 3 out of 4 series. And it's like, okay, if the Mets keep this going on and keep the winning going, they will actually have a season ahead of us. So there was a lot relying on this series, the Subway Series. It really was. Yankees, on the other hand, dealing with injuries, dealing with their first, not the first rough stretch, but another rough stretch. And it was important for them to right the ship. The news came out. Max Fried, is going to be hurt for some time. He's on the IL. Don't know how long he's going to be on the IL for, but he's going to be on the IL for at least a few weeks before he even starts throwing. They're going to evaluate and do more imaging in a few weeks. And then if the imaging is good, then he's going to resume throwing. So it's going to be weeks before he even starts to throw again. So this could be a month. This could be 2 months. Who knows how long this is going to be for Max Fried. So again, there was a lot of buzz coming into this because of the negativity with the Yankees, the positive stuff with the Mets, which there wasn't a lot of positive stuff, but there was something. And then the game took place, and it went back to where the Mets were a week ago, and it went back to the Yankees being really good. Cam Slittler comes in, shuts the Mets down, and they were basically being one hit up until Juan Soto hit a solo home run in the 7th inning. And Cam Slittler just basically killed any momentum that the Mets had. And then Clay Holmes, on the other hand, they were losing 3-0 at this point anyway, but in the 4th inning, a line drive for Spencer Jones off of, Clay Holmes' leg, and he fractures a fibula, sticks it out for another inning and a third, which is crazy to think that the guy has a broken leg and goes out there and pitches off of it. And you knew he was walking gingerly and all that stuff, but this is the way the season's gone for both teams. It really is. It's a microcosm, this one game. And really, the Mets can go out and win today and win tomorrow, and you'd still feel after this series, even if they beat the Yankees, that they've lost. That's where we're at with the Mets right now. That even if they won the next two games and won this series and won 4 out of 5 series, and then if they've won the next two games, that means they've won 10 of 15 games. It still would feel not enough because currently right now, the New York Mets, obviously they're last in the division. They have, let's see, the Giants and the Rockies are worse than them. Not by much. Not by much. They're tied with the Red Sox. And the Astros and the Angels are worse than them. So there's 4 teams that are worse than them, and there's one other team that's tied with them. The Mets are currently sitting at 18-26. They are 8 games under 500, and they are 12.5 games behind the first place Braves. I don't even care about the division at this point in time. There is no division for the New York Mets. There's no division. This division is over. So you can cross that off the list. It's wild card. Let's look at wild card. Let's see where the Mets are in the wild card standings, because I'm sure it's going to be very fun to look at that. The New York Mets, okay. Well, it's not as bad, not as bad as where they are in the division, which is 12.5 games behind. They're only 8 games behind the final wild card spot. The Brewers, the Cardinals, and the Padres all have similar records. Again, it's still very early, but the fact is they've already put themselves 8 games below the wild card. I mean, they suck. That's really what it comes down to. It's just a bad team. There's really no hope in sight, and that's the tough thing. There's not a lot of hope. There's not a lot of hope. Where's it going to come from? So it is highly frustrating, and it's just one game. What does it mean? We talked about there was no juice. All of a sudden, there was juice because of where these two teams were, the news of Max Fried, all this stuff. A.J. Ewing coming up. Maybe the Mets have some momentum. All this, and in one game, it just goes back to where it was a week ago, where nobody's going to care about the Mets after this weekend, and the Yankees are one of the best teams in baseball, or definitely the best team in the American League, but they're just a juggernaut. And we sit here, and we're going to sit here for this entire weekend, scratching our heads as Mets fans, saying, "Where the hell do we go? This season is over. There's no hope in sight." And that's a tough pill to swallow. There's no, well, if we can do this, maybe we can make a move here. Could we call up this guy? Could we make a trade for that guy? Don't tell me about Rafael Devers. Don't tell me about another young kid that's available in the minors that we can call up. Sorry, it's too late. Like, I want them to win. Even if they beat the Yankees the next 2 days, it's just not enough. They're not climbing and making big steps. They're making these small, tiny steps. And I'll tell you this much: I see a long losing streak sooner than I see a long winning streak. And that's a problem. That is a problem. 888-808-1019. A little bit later, we will do the Giants predictions. We did the Jets earlier on. We'll do the Giants predictions. Again, I'm not doing these predictions as far as me coming up with them. I'm just pulling wins and losses from a hat. It's like pulling it out of you-know-what. Just pulling wins and losses from a hat. We'll see how it goes. All right, 888-808-1019. Jared is in Yonkers. Jared, what's up? Welcome to the Fan.
What's going on, Hoff? How's your night going?
Listen, could be a lot worse. Let's put it that way. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm healthy. I'm talking to you. We're talking sports. What else? I mean, come on. You can't get any better than that.
No, you can't. You can't. So, yeah, I got the Mets 20-game package. Sadly, I'm going tomorrow, but whatever. I'm going. How cooked do you think I am? So I booked a vacation, my girlfriend and I, to go out to 3 games in San Diego in June.
Okay.
And we're going. I don't even want to go out to San Diego anymore.
Well, here's the thing, right?
I don't even want to watch this team. I booked this in March. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did we honestly think? Me personally, I thought this roster was going to be a decent roster.
Yeah, I didn't really buy into it.
No,
I didn't. I didn't think they were going to be this bad, but I didn't buy into this team being good. I thought they'd be average, and average is not good, by the way. You know what I mean? Like average is like, all right, you're around hovering around 500 the whole time, but that's not good. Even with the playoffs the way they are now and additional teams being added to it, like 500 teams don't make the playoffs. Like that's a rarity. You look at the NL Central, that everyone's above 500. Like it's
that's surprising.
Right. So here's my thing, right? Like, I'll tell you this much, and I feel the same way. Like, I'm going to the Subway Series today, and I told the guy that my buddy Eric, who I've gotten to know over the past year or two, big Met fan. We've both connected, really good time. He's hooking me up with the tickets, and we're going together tomorrow. It's gonna be me, him, Barash. I think his wife is gonna be there too, and I told him, I go, I don't really want to go. Like, I don't feel like going. But the difference is this. Like, I like going to baseball games anyway, just to go and enjoy myself. So, like, I've gone on trips to, like, Pittsburgh with my wife, DC. We've gone to Miami. We haven't taken the kids too many places yet, but I do want to make those trips to, like, other spots that I just haven't gone to yet and take them along with me. I love that. So to go to San Diego is awesome. The problem is it's almost like it'd be better if you went to go see the Padres versus like the Tigers or anybody else than the Mets. Like you'd get more enjoyment seeing the Padres play the Colorado Rockies than go see the Padres play the Mets, because then you have to watch the team that you can't stand right now, which is your own.
I see it. I see us getting swept out there. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Now I have one more point though. Right. We see what the Brewers have became. We see what David Stearns did with the Brewers. Correct.
Yeah.
David Stearns has came here, and if you look at every single move he's made, other than Soto, which was Steve Cohen, and even his draft picks, all these kids that are being called up weren't even drafted by him.
No,
you got the Mitch Boyds of the world. They're doing terrible. But where do we go forward? Like, I agree. I think David Stearns is terrible. But what is the other option out there? Do we trust the process and see, let's give Stearns maybe 2 years to see if we could develop the farm? Because the Mets have not produced, I think in the last, I would say a legit bet in the last 15 years through the minor leagues, other than Pete Alonso. I mean, I guess you could say Daniel Murphy is that cusp of that 2010, but is that a legit bet with the Mets? The Mets have a problem with producing bats. They can produce pitching, they cannot produce hitters.
Jared, I'm telling you right now, I don't see David Stearns getting fired. I'll tell you why. And it's not trusting the process. I'll tell you the one guy that's trusting the process, that's Steve Cohen. And I truly believe that Juan Soto will be gone when he opts out of his contract at the end of his first 5 years here. And that's going to be David Stern's selling point is we have a huge payroll right now. We don't want to go too far. We don't want to get too crazy. But we'll start calling the kids up. The kids will come up. They'll play here. And by the time the kids start to get good, Juan Soto's going to want to opt out, and then we can just let him go. And we don't have to pay him that absurd amount of money. And now you've just taken $50 million or $45 million or $50 million, whatever it is, off the books. And maybe we trade Lindor because Lindor's on the back end of a bad contract, according to him. And now basically you've gotten rid of Simeon. Think about this. In 3 years, Simeon is gone. Polanco is gone. Bichette's gone. So Soto could be gone. If they trade Lindor, he could be gone. Robert Jr. gone. I mean, go down. Who do we actually have? We have nobody.
We don't even have a legit bat in the farm. Listen, don't get me wrong. I love Benj. I love Ewing. They're great, but let's be realistic. They're Brandon Nimmo at the most. They don't have the elite power. They're a lot faster than Nimmo, but we're looking at probably Ewing maybe a 270, 280 guy, but Benj is probably going to be a 240, 260 guy his whole career. We need power.
Yeah.
Brian Clifford, hopefully he's good, but when you're striking out 30% of the time in the minor leagues, and that's in AAA pitching, that's not even AA. AAA pitching is a lot worse than AA pitching. Wait till he comes into the majors.
Yeah.
See how much you're striking out.
No, Jared,
I don't see the Mets having a legit power bat other than Eileen Pena, or however you pronounce his name, and that is a long time to come. And the Mets are going to be eating so much money in bad contracts, like you said, with Lindor, Simeon. I was just even thinking about it today with Simeon. We have him for another 3 years. He's not going to even be a starter. He's going to be Robinson Cano 2.0.
Yeah. No, but again, and this is the thing, Jared, and thanks for the phone call. They don't care because Stearns, and this is why Stearns is going to stick around, because he's laid out a plan to Cohen that takes him to that fifth year of we can get out of Soto, there goes a lot of money. Like, great player now, we can win with him now, but then once he gets there to that point and his decline is going to happen, we let him go, and then we have all this youth, and we're not paying him as much. And that's when we can start to circle it and cycle it and start bringing it the farm more, and then we can have reasonable contracts. And he's probably selling him on all that stuff. But the problem is, where's the winning coming from? Where is the winning coming from? And I'll tell you this much, and I'm being as transparent as possible. I am not sitting here saying I expect a World Series every year. I am not doing that. I would like one. I think that we should get one. I think that when our payroll is this high, we should be one of the best teams in the league, like the Dodgers. Like, that's what happens when you have a high payroll. The expectations go up. But I'm not expecting every year to win a World Series. What I do expect is every year a competitive team. And guess what? This year, highest payroll. Not competitive. Zero compete. That's a failure. So, yeah. Did I expect them to win the World Series last year? No, I didn't. I did not. I knew a regression was going to happen. I thought they may still make the playoffs. I knew a regression was going to happen. This year, didn't think they'd make the playoffs. I didn't think they'd be dog crap, though. 888-808-1019. Chris is in South Carolina. What's up, Chris?
Hey, P. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing, sir?
Big Yankee fan here. Do you think Soto is going to opt out of his contract?
Oh, no doubt.
You think he's making so much money? You think another team will pay him that money?
Chris. So you know his contract, right? How it's laid out. 15 years, right?
Yeah, it's way too much. I mean, it's diabolical.
But after the first 5 years, it's like the Garrett Cole contract. Where Garrett Cole, because you like the Yankees, right? So you know the Garrett Cole deal.
Big Yankee fan. I was at Citi Field today.
Good. Well, so you know that Garrett. Just make sure you turn the radio off or whatever in the background. But Garrett Cole, you know that he opted out of his contract. That was part of his contract, was he could do that. And the Yankees could block that if they choose to do so. and keep him and say, no, you're not going anywhere. We're going to now raise your pay, the pay, and we're going to give you an additional year. Well, the Yankees said, no, go free agency. That's fine. Go do what you got to do. And he's like, you know what? I'm not opted out of my contract. It's fine. We'll just leave it the way it is.
But why would Soto opt out if he's making all this money? It's all agreed to.
Because it's not all agreed to. If he opts out, which is his right, which is in the contract, he will then get an additional $4.5 million for the next 10 years. So 4.5 per year. 4.5 times 10, you do the math.
Yes, math's not my best thing. So yeah,
I'm terrible at it too. But it's probably like an additional $60 million or something like that, whatever the case is. $60 million. Yeah. He's not going to just let that go. So he's going to opt out. And I think that David Stearns will say, okay, go. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think they're
what a disaster that would be.
No, it's not a disaster, Chris. That's called a strategy, bro. Like that is this is the thing that people don't understand. This payroll is super high right now. And I think that Stearns is not pushing the limit with Cohen's money, but Cohen has said, listen, I want to eventually reverse this. So do what you got to do now to eventually reverse the money. And I think he's going to get there, especially if there's going to be a some sort of salary cap that's taking place. We don't know yet, but supposedly they're talking. Who knows? But that's part of the whole issue with the potential lockout, that they want to have a salary cap. So maybe they're planning ahead that they have to lower their payroll. So they're trying to do that now, and they've planned it out. In 3 years, they can get there if they just cut Soto.
Yeah, that whole contract was a mistake. They should never did that.
I mean, listen, again, Chris, it's not the end of the world.
It wasn't a great contract. Well, I want to talk about the Max Fried injury today.
Yeah, talk about that. I saw you want to talk Yankees, so give it a shot.
Yeah. You were on the Carton show today, weren't you?
I was, yes.
Yes. I mean, I feel like you're like the happiest guy in the world when he got placed in the IL.
Well, Chris, it's not that I was happy. I just want to.
You seem pretty happy.
Yes, I was. But I want to explain to you the thought process I have here. Okay, it's not that I'm happy about an injury. It was more of the big picture. The Mets were trending up for a little bit. It wasn't a big trend. It wasn't a long trend.
Why worry about us when you're trying to
Well, because Chris, guess who we're playing this weekend?
Yes. Well, you saw it tonight.
Right. All right. But I'm just saying, like, that was the whole thing. Is it's about the feel. It's about how the teams are trending. The Tigers are a better team than the Mets. The Mets wrecked them.
There's 31 teams better than the Mets.
Right, but that's my point, Chris. Is so it's not about. Let me put it this way, okay? We do. You listen to the Rico Bronya podcast at all with Evan Roberts? Or no?
Yes, all the time.
Okay.
All the time.
So there's one thing that we said last year over and over and over. When the Mets would play the Marlins, Evan and I both would say, the Marlins aren't good. They just don't know it yet. And they went out and kind of wiped the floor with the Mets every time they played them early in the season. And then they became bad, but not when they played the Mets because they would play up to a different level, whatever the case is.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. Like why you're happy that Freeze turned on to the IL.
Well, again, I'm looking at the big picture. I'm not looking at Max Fried. This is not a shot at Max Fried. This is a big picture thing where
it's a shot at the Yankees.
Yes, of course. I'm a Mets fan.
Okay.
I'm a Mets fan, and it's not really a shot. It's more
of
like
I want an injury on Soto.
No,
I'm not happy with the Lindor injury. I'm not rooting for it.
First of all, it wasn't a shot at Fried at all. It's not a shot at Fried. I like Fried, and it's not about. Listen, by the way, I live with 4 Yankee fans in my household, so I would never do that to them. It was more of the encompassing. Ooh, the Mets are trending up. The Yankees are trending down.
Are they trending up? They just swept a bad Tiger team.
But
you can't talk about they're trending up.
Chris, hold on, Chris. You asked me why I acted the way I did. I'm explaining it. So hear the words. I'm telling you why I acted the way I did. Because yes, they technically are. They won 3 games in a row. They've won 8 out of
They
12
beat
games.
the
Hold on.
Tigers.
They've won 8 out of 12 games. They've won 3 out of 4 series. Like
Phenomenal, isn't it?
this is a trending up stage for the Mets. They've been doing better. This is
I mean,
like
you can't go down.
right, which is why they're trending up. The Yankees lost
The only way you
6
can
out of
go.
the Yankees lost 6 out of 8. So it was a good time to play the Yankees. They're kind of like a little bit wobbly right now. You watch MMA fights,
Yeah,
you watch
I
boxing at
agree.
all?
Yes, of course. Strickland, big guy.
Yeah. So that's my point. Is like you're sitting there and you see somebody wobbly. Do you just like, okay, I'm not gonna keep on striking. I want them to get their feet. So let's just keep on like, circling around the cage for a little bit, or do I attack? Do I pounce on them? I'm not gonna sit there if I see somebody who literally can't stand on his leg and take him to the ground. Why would I do that? I want to keep him up. You know what I mean?
But you can't say the Mets are thriving right now.
But they were.
You can't do it.
But
No,
Chris,
they
were.
beat the Tigers with
Chris,
that. They're not a good team.
Chris, that's fine. And I appreciate the phone call, Chris. But my point is they've won 8 out of 12 games going into this game, going into the Subway Series. Whether or not you think they're playing well, I agree. I watch every game. They are the worst winners I've ever seen in my life. They don't just win in emphatic ways. Like, yeah, the game that they won 9-4 versus Tigers was good, but for the most part, they're playing awful baseball, and they barely scrape out wins versus bad teams. Not telling you that they are the best team in the world. I'm just saying they are on, for them, a heater. They've won 8 out of 12. So yes, when I got the news about Max Fried, I'm not taking it away of, ooh, Max Fried's hurt. Yeah, I love Max Fried getting hurt. But I see the big picture of like things aren't working out for the Yankees at the moment. This could be a perfect time for the Mets to face the Yankees and then win the series. Because things aren't going right for the Yankees. They have been playing great baseball. One of their best players gets hurt. It's just not working out for them. Like sometimes that just kind of happens. You get into a rut. Mets lost 12 in a row. I've watched it before. I've seen it. Okay. Yes, they're bad. I get it. So yes, they were technically, but I wasn't cheering for injury. I wasn't doing that. I was though pressing McMonagle on the fact that was this is more serious than McMonagle's thinking. Like it's not just he'll be back and missing 2 starts in him. No, like Max Fried may miss 2 months of the season. That's significant. For most people, that's significant. The Yankees have a strong pitching staff. They have Cole coming back. So they have people in the wing waiting. But that is still significant injury. Take it a little bit more serious. Let's go to Larry in Corona. What's up, Larry?
Hey, what's going on, Pete?
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Yo, Pete, just to respond to the previous caller before this one, you was talking about the Mets farm system. I think we're one of the best farm systems in the league. I know that was the famous. I know he was saying how.
Yeah, they say that.
There's a big bat. It's just that he plays all over the place. His name's Chris Guerrero. I know he's a big power back. I know he was saying how we don't got no power.
Right.
Power guys coming up. I know that's one guy to look out. But yeah. Besides that, I wanted to talk about. I feel like these guys when Stern grew up the team and all that. I felt like.
Hey, Larry, do me a favor. Just take yourself over speakerphone if you can, because I can't really hear you that well.
I had headphones in.
There you go.
No. I was just saying that. I just feel like Stearns wanted his guys.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And that's why he broke up. And I agree. Like, I feel like when he replaced Alonso, he didn't even have a true replacement for him. Like, you know who I would have loved for us to have signed? Like, Ryan. I would have loved to bring Pete back. But Ryan O'Hearn, that's what I was thinking at the time. Like, okay, if we don't bring Pete back, can we get a real first baseman? And but I truly think.
Oh wait, you don't think Jorge Polanco is a real first baseman?
Nah.
You sure? You sure?
That's what. Yeah. So I think that's what Stearns. I just think he just wanted to build the team with his guy.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Pete, Larry. Thanks so much for the phone call. I agree wholeheartedly. Like, legitimately, Pete Alonso was not brought back because, and this is the only, if you listen to the Ricos, and I'm not telling you to do so, but the offseason, I said it over and over and over. I hated I didn't hate every move because I wasn't opposed to getting rid of Nemo. I didn't like Simeon coming back, but I wasn't opposed to getting rid of Nemo. I didn't mind getting rid of McNeil. I really didn't. I know he's doing well, in Sacramento, wherever the hell they are. He's doing well, but I wasn't opposed from getting rid of him too. Like, he had to go. It's the people they brought back is ridiculous, but I gave the credit to Stearns, and maybe this is not great credit, but this is the credit I gave him. He changed the team and made it look like the team he wanted to be in a span of 2 off seasons. That's what he did. They went the first year, he really didn't do much because, he's just coming in. We'll see what happens, whatever. They go to the NLCS. Okay, great. He gets Soto in the offseason. Okay, cool. They missed the playoffs. Boom. Everything's changing. Changed everybody. Okay. All right. But he did it. You got to give him credit for that. Whether you like him or not, he's going to go down the way he wants to go down. I think it looks terrible. I think it's an awful team. But he did it. 888-808-1019. Let's go to Matthew in Coral Place, and we're going to take a quick break after that. Matthew, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Pete, how you doing? Long time, first time. I'm a big Knicks fan, and the best thing, obviously, coming out of this break is that OG got his rest. But I have to be honest, I'm a little worried about how long this break has been leading up to this next series, whether we face the Cavs or the Pistons. I think obviously we want the Cavs for home court, but overall, I do believe in hot and cold, and they were shooting lights out during that series. So I'm a little worried about this break that we've had going into the next series against whoever we go against.
Here's the thing, Matt, listen, I totally agree. It's tough to sit there and say that, this is a good thing because they've had so much time off. But I'll tell you, we've been on the other side of it. And I know the sports are different, but I've seen the Rangers go through a ton of long series in the past and then get to the Eastern Conference Finals and fade because you can't go super hard every single series. You just can't do it.
Absolutely, I agree. But don't you think? I'm sorry to cut you off, but do you think basketball is kind of a different grind compared to something like hockey or baseball?
No, I still think it
kind of affects them more.
I still think there's similarities in the fact that you still have to compete, and you have to be able to have that edge. And if you're talented and you're that good, and you're still going out and practicing, it's not like they're not practicing. Maybe they're not practicing as hard, and maybe they're not. It's not the same type of compete, but you're still doing the same thing you've done all season long. I understand they're clicking right now at a different level. So that's the one thing where I feel keep that going. Because it's the last 7 games with the Knicks have been so special. We haven't seen that type of level of basketball from the New York Knicks ever. Legitimately never, ever have I seen a Knicks team play that well in a 7-game stretch ever. I don't care. 90s, 80s. I've never seen it. Okay. So for that aspect of it, yeah, I think that there's a possibility that game 1, whoever they play, whether it's the Cavaliers, the Pistons, if they could come out a little flat, they might have to figure out their shots a little bit. And they might have to catch up to speed again. Because again, you're going to go up against the Pistons team that is extremely tough and rough and physical, or you're going to go up against the Cavaliers team again, who is more finesse. They both have 2 different styles, but you're going to have to figure it out, and you have to catch up to either play your game, but if they're off their game, it's going to be a little different and difficult to start out. So that first game back is going to be tough, and everyone keeps on saying it too. So it's not just me, but that first game back may be tough. But I do fully feel that no matter what, this Knicks team, the type of run they're going on, is as long as they continue to click the way they have been, they're unstoppable.
Well, either way, Mike Brown should be back next year, and go Yanks, even though we're down, probably give up 4 tomorrow. The Yanks are scoring 8.
All right. Well, listen, man, I appreciate the phone call. I'm hoping that the Mets do well. I don't see it. I think it's the season's over, and this is the Yankees will put the dagger in the Mets season after this weekend, which is crazy to think because it's May. Stuart, John, Eric, Roscoe, Phil, I'll get to you guys. Just give me 1 second. Got to take a quick break, get back to your phone calls. And then a little bit later on, I got my trusty hat. I got 17 L's for losses. I got 17 W's for wins. And we will go through the Giants schedule and predict the 2026 season. Right now, the Jets, if you didn't know, they're 7-10. That's what we predicted. They're going to be 7-10 this season, the Jets. The Giants, we'll find out. Coming up next, 888-808-1019 is Pete Hoffman with you on the Fan till 5 when Joe B takes over. Hit me up at Hoff WFAN.
It's the Yankees and Mets playing ball at Citi Field. 7:15 tonight.
Going, and go!
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the action. The home of Yankees baseball is the Fan. 101.9 FM, 660 AM, and always available en Espanol with Ricky Ricardo on the Odyssey app.
With over 90 years of combined legal experience representing the law enforcement community, Decolator Cohen & DeCrisco, LLP, continues to strive to educate police officers of their civil rights to sue in line-of-duty accident cases. The 2026 Police Officers' Right to Sue newsletter can be viewed on policeofficersrighttosue.com and provides successful results in varying line-of-duty accident cases. These results include damages recovered from RMP accidents involving the City of New York and civilian motorists, station house defects, ricochet injuries from the range, private premises slip and falls, sidewalk slip and falls, construction defects, snow and ice cases, and injuries emanating from defective RMPs. In any LOD accident, it is important for the officer to take photographs of any defects, injuries, or damage. It is also essential to draft the line-of-duty report and detail the cause of the accident in the paperwork. Remember, there's a 90-day time limitation to file a claim against a municipality. If any law enforcement member has a question regarding a potential lawsuit, contact Decolator Cohen & DePrisco, LLP at policeofficersrighttosue.com or call 1-800-901-1529.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
At City Harvest, we're on the road every day rescuing millions of pounds of nutritious food for New Yorkers in need, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles. That's how we feed good.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-700-6898, 800-700-6898, or biglou.com.
D'Agostino, Law Bite Back. Did you know that Social Security Disability takes a bite out of every one of your paychecks? So when they deny your claim, bite back. I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I'm proud to announce our first ever Social Security Disability webinar. It's happening on June 3rd at 1 o'clock. In just 1 hour, you'll learn your rights, understand the appeals process, and find out how our experienced SSD attorneys can help you get the benefits you've earned. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Register now by calling 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-248-3222, or go online to daglawteam.com/SSD webinar. That's daglawteam.com/SSD webinar. D'Agostino Law is here to bite back, to fight back, to get you the SSD benefits you've earned. Register today, 1-800-248-3222.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Giants prediction game, but I want to get you guys in before I get there. Stuart, what's up, Stuart? What do you got?
Good morning, Pete. How are you?
I'm good, brother. What do you got going on?
Pete, I can understand I hope Max Fried's going to be okay. I don't know how long. It's probably, like you said, maybe a month or two.
Yeah.
And
I think so.
Slipper just keeps going. I mean, he's got to be the ace of the staff. And but who's going to replace Fried in the rotation? I mean, Rodon is back, but he's not back all the way yet, is he?
No. And I don't. I mean, he's so iffy, which is the
Yeah, he is.
problem. So you don't really know how. Like his first game back was okay.
Yeah, it
but
wasn't bad.
It's like
With him, it's up and down.
it always is, and
Right.
that's the issue with Carlos Rodon is you just don't know who he's going to be. And there's some games where he's so dominant, and other games where it's just like
It's like he falls apart when something goes wrong.
Yeah, it looks like Sean
He gets
Mariah
in
out
his head.
there.
Right. And when's Garrett Cole coming back? When do we think? By the end of May or early June?
They say they have 2 more starts left in rehab. They're not rushing him back. They're going to give him 2
No,
more
they're
starts.
of course not. They're gonna. But let's say this much: what is actually going on with Judge? I mean, 267 batting average. Oh yeah, the power is there, the RBIs are there, but the average is like way down. I know the OPS and on base is
Stewart,
good.
there's nothing about Aaron Judge you can complain about. Like, you can't do that.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying the average is a little bit down.
Okay.
I mean, I want to see him wake up. Let's just say that much.
Okay.
Or is
Are
there-
you
or is
concerned?
there-
I would be concerned about Jazz Chisholm.
Oh, that's definite. And Trent Grisham. Let me ask you, Pete. Was it worth $22 million to give to him?
Yeah, it was.
Uh-huh. I mean, I would have rather seen them put Cody in center and put Dominguez in left, and then if Dominguez got hurt,
Dominguez is hurt now.
Spencer Jones.
Dominguez is hurt, so
I know.
I mean that was his issue, is that he had issues on the field. And Stuart, I appreciate the phone call. That's the issue with Dominguez, is that he just can't. When you don't play the position well, you can get hurt, and that's what happened. I mean, listen, he actually played his position well, and he got hurt, and that sucks. But I have no problem with Trent Grisham at all. Like, he's had some games that he's added a lot of pop to the lineup, and then you've had some games where he's faltered, but that's everybody. I mean, Jazz is more concerned because he's been a dud after a guy who said, I'm going to do 50-50 this year. He's giving you nothing. 888-808-1019. John is in Levittown. John, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? Great show. First time calling up. I feel official. I feel like this is big time right here. Got some airtime. But yeah, I'm thinking about the Mets. I'm feeling like the Mets. I see what you're saying. Money coming off the books and everything. You could use that to spin it. That to me is like a Wilpon thing. We're in a new age nowadays. Like, I don't even want to hear that. You went and got Soto. To me, you should have got rid of Beatty. I'm just tired of that. I would have kept, Alonso like everybody else and just went, more all in for it. I don't want to hear about like failed experiments. Like with Stearns, it really goes back to last year. You can't really point to one good move. You know what I mean? Like to say, wait 5 years, I'm losing hair by the day. I'm dodging potholes, waking up early. I got to see the Mets win one before I cash it in. We're running out of time here.
Yeah, dude, I understand. That's the problem, is that like I want to win a World Series like that. I'm like, if you ask me any of my teams, Mets, they have to win the World Series. Like, I was 4 when they won. I don't even know what that feels like. I need to see for myself the Mets win a World Series. I'm on page with you 100%. But the problem is this is what David Stearns is doing. He's building a product that he thinks was going to turn out to be sustainable because he's great with prospects. He's great with this. He's great with that. But the problem is, in the meantime, we're suffering. And that is a big issue. And he's going to get fired before he gets to do his plan. Like, think about this. I don't know if you saw what happened in Boston, but Chaim Bloom took over in Boston. And the first thing he did was get rid of all the players he thought were overrated and overpriced. Mookie Betts, he traded away because he was like, we're not going to sign this guy. What they get from Mookie Betts? They got a bag of balls. They got Alex Verdugo and 3 other pieces that equal nothing. Like Mookie Betts.
I could have brought more to the table on that one. Yeah.
Mookie Betts is an MVP player. He won World Series with the Dodgers. Like, he's a special player. You just gave him away, and that's basically what David Stearns did. Even though he didn't get anything back. Think about it. Pete Alonso got nothing back for him. He's let him walk.
Right, of course, yeah. Except a lot of hate from the fans. That's I guess just being a Met fan, you're ready for like when you put on the TV and you're not screaming at it. It's just hopefully sooner or later they get it together or he figures something out. I mean, everybody has faith in him. I just need to see it, Like, it's great hearing about everything. I feel like I'm just not seeing anything good.
But John, there's nothing to see right now. Like, we're not missing anything. Like, I'm sorry.
No.
Like, Jonah Tong has stepped back supposedly in the minors. So, like, he's had issues down there. Brandon Sproat went to Milwaukee. I don't think he's doing all that great over there. So, like, a lot of what was hyped about a lot of the pitching prospects from last year, they're not even there. So, like, I'm not really sure where we're getting a lot of this hope and help from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I just don't see like an avenue where they kind of get it together. I'd hate to see Soto leave without at least going all in for it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like you're going to burn the money anyway. You're going to burn it on these guys. I don't care if I got a gray-haired Pete batting 200. I'd rather that than Polanco on the DL.
John, you know that Pete Alonso is going to be going to the Hall of Fame, right? Like, he's going to hit.
I agree.
He's going to hit 500 home runs, and he's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
And David Stearns going to be sitting with his flipping analytics, as he said.
Yeah, with the calculator, and I don't even think a mojito, something like a club soda. He ain't taking it.
An appletini. An appletini.
Close. Yeah, nothing. Not my type of party. Yeah, but it sucks. It's just. I don't know. I feel like a Mets fan. If it's not one thing, it's another. It makes you a stronger cat. It makes you have some character. That's for sure.
That's for sure. But John, thanks so much for the phone call, John. I appreciate it. Here's my problem, though. It's not supposed to be like this. When Steve Cohen took over, it was supposed to be a whole different change in the organization, and he said this. Okay, he said and this is Steve Cohen now has said multiple things that fans have locked into, and it hasn't come into fruition. Like, the first press conference from Steve Cohen was, I want to win a championship in 5 years. That didn't happen. That did not happen. Okay? He said that, though. A lot of fans wrapped into that and said, we said 3 to 5 years, where's the championship? He also said in 2024, when they got to the NLCS run, this is what we want. This is the culture we want. This is the change we want. This is what we want our fans to feel like on a regular basis. This is how this team is going to be. Well, since that moment, they then went to a season where they missed the playoffs by a game. And now, after getting rid of all their players that were fan favorites, they are one of the worst teams in baseball with the highest payroll. Steve Cohen, I asked you a question. How do you expect the fans to change their feelings, change the culture of the franchise and change the way that we feel as a franchise and a fan base? How do you expect us to make that change and switch and buy into what you're feeding us when the product has now failed 2 years in a row? Last year, do I put that totally on as a failure? Yeah, they missed the playoffs. They tried. David Stearns missed on every single trade acquisition he made at the deadline. Like every single one. It wasn't just what every single one failed. Cedric Mullins, Gregory Soto, Helsley, Tyler Rogers was okay at best. Like they could have used a starting pitcher, maybe. They could have used a lot of things, but not what they got. And that's what. But again, they failed. So how are you supposed to change the culture of this team, change the feel of this, the vibes of this franchise, if you don't change the team for the better? You change the team. Like, that's totally true. Like, this whole team is different. Compared to 2024, this whole team is different. And that's the problem, is 2024, you didn't have to change going into 2025. You should have tried to keep that flow going. Instead, 2026 is a disaster. 888-808-1019. Eric is in Ronkonkoma. Eric, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, Pete? How are you?
I'm all right. I got a lot of allergies right now. My nose is just.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know the feeling. I've been getting creamed, over here. Plus the dust in the building I'm in also too.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I can relate. So, but before I get into the Mets real quick, I mean we have the three big horror movies either out or coming out. I don't know if you saw this trailer for Back Rooms. Have you seen that trailer yet?
What is it called?
With the Back Rooms with Chiwetel Ejiofor. I know the guy who played. He was in 2012. He was in Doctor Strange. I don't know if I got the name right, but it's called Back Rooms. It's like a psychological thriller. It looks really good. And then Passenger. I don't know if you saw the trailer for that.
Yes,
that
Passenger.
Really
I've seen it's all over the place on social media. So yes.
Yeah. And then of course Obsession out now. So,
yes.
But
did you watch any of those at all or no?
No, not yet. No, but I'm gonna, now that my son's home from school, we're gonna go hit the theater a couple times, so watch some stuff. So, but it's crazy. What's going. I mean, thankfully I don't have Apple TV. I didn't watch that game last night. I probably would have thrown something through the TV. After Holmes went out with the. I didn't even realize it was broken until he left.
Yeah. He didn't realize it was broken either because he pitched on it for another inning.
I'm listening to it on the radio. Yeah, so just another. I don't know. Maybe it's in addition to the way they've been playing. I mean, I guess it's just not their year. I don't know, but
that's not
like a lot of stuff.
But Eric, I'm sorry, and I'll let you go in a second. I'll let you continue in a second. But there's difference between this is not their year to this is dog crap baseball. And
absolutely.
Like the Yankees have had a season here or there where it's like, and I'm not trying to compare Mets to the Yankees, but hey, they're right next town. So let's talk about them. The Yankees have had this is not our season, still finished over 500. You know what I mean? Like you could have a season where it just didn't work out. We went through some rough patches. It was tough and still played really good baseball. And things didn't work out. Injuries happen. Okay, fine. This is awful.
Well, no. I mean, the majority
terrible.
of this is of their own making. Yeah. I mean, and look, I find it funny because I've told you, I mentioned this to you a while ago, before the season even, well before it started, when they started making these moves or even contemplating it about getting rid of these guys, and the concept of what Stearns was talking about as far as the run prevention. Everyone's talking about. I said right from the beginning. I said it sounds like they're trying to prevent the Mets from being the one scoring, and everyone picked up on that, and they're all running with it now. But I mean, I brought that up the second they were even talking about getting rid of these guys.
Yeah.
Because that's what, I mean, it's just, I wasn't for a lot of, I mean, look, McNeil leaving, he acted like a spoiled brat a lot of times. So I'm not completely upset with that, even though he had won a batting title. But, somebody mentioned, Nimmo with a couple of the minor leaguers that we have. Let me tell you something. Nimmo was a much better player for us when he was purely contact. When they changed his swing, in my opinion, they ruined a lot of Brandon Nimmo. I mean, he always ran out going to first, and he was, as far as his, he wasn't lazy or anything, but, he didn't have a great arm, for sure in the outfield, so that didn't help things. But when he was a pure contact hitter, he was much better, as far as fitting in that lineup. When they decided to, mess with that,
when they made him like when he was his best was when he was looking at pitches and getting
it around the field,
getting into deep counts. I remember his epic like. And this is the thing is, I was never. I'll be honest. I was never the biggest Nimmo guy, but I gave credit to the fact that he'd lead off, and sometimes you'd see 10, 11 pitches in the first at bat of the game. I'm like, dude, 10, 11 pitches is an inning for some of these guys. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's great. Keep it up. We get these guys out by the 5th, 6th inning. That's amazing. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want the starters in there long. But then he changed, and he was trying to be more of a power hitter, and that's not who he is. He was never that guy.
I mean. I wouldn't necessarily say that he changed that. I mean, they urged him to change.
Right.
I mean, they made that pretty clear that they were trying to get him to be, hit with more power. And once that happened, but I mean, he's just he's a component of that. So of course you can't blame the whole thing on that. But that was a big part of the downside.
Yeah.
And then of course, not having an actual backup for Alonso. I mean, me personally, I would have loved it if they were able to, nail down, Vlad Jr. But I mean, he signed with Toronto.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of people thought he might come to the Mets before Bichette was even thought of. But it didn't happen, and so what are you gonna do? But I mean, when they signed Polanco, I mean, I remember I had just gone to the QBC to see Sal, with the S&Y group, and they had just announced it. I was waiting to go in the room, and we, a bunch of us looked at each other like, I mean, that was the reaction to the Polanco signing. I mean, honestly, it really was. So am I surprised at the lack of output or the way things are right now? No, not at all. I mean, do I hope that they do better? Of course. I mean, I'm a fan. I don't want them to be terrible, but I mean, I don't have high expectations, for this season. And, I mean, if they're able to play better, a little bit here and there, win some series and stuff, I mean, all the better. But I mean, they put themselves in a huge hole to begin with. And a lot of that was due to the makeup of the team. So, and there's only one person you can blame on that. Actually two, because, Stearns is doing it with Cohen's blessing. So,
yeah.
What are you going to do? But anyway, look, Pete, I'll let you run. I hope you feel better because I could relate, and I'll talk to you in a bit.
Eric, appreciate it, bro. Be safe, all right? Thank you, man.
You too.
888-808-1019. Coming up, I have my trusty hat. We have some trusty music, and we will predict the Giants' 2026 win-loss record as we pull wins and losses out of our hats. 888-808-1019 is Pete Hoffman with you on the Fan till 5 when Joe Benigno takes over. You can hit me up at Hoff WFAN.
Start the day with Boomer and Geo, mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. I would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Life's rewarding, especially with Flushing Bank's Complete Cash Rewards program. Just open a personal or business complete checking account to get started. With 30 New York Metro locations, there's nothing easier or more rewarding. Visit flushingbank.com today. Member FDIC.
Imagine a gentleman's club with over 200 gorgeous exotic dancers every week.
Hey, big boy.
From the people who make fantasies come true, Gallagher's 2000 in Long Island City is the place to be. Gallagher's 2000, a gentleman's club for today, gentlemen. Gallagher's 2000 features 2 floors, 3 stages, discounted drinks, VIP, champagne rooms, and dinner specials every night. Gallagher's 2000 offers complimentary lunch Thursdays and Fridays with any drink purchase.
Come on down, big boy.
Gallagher's 2000 is New York's largest upscale gentleman's club, and Gallagher's 2000's bachelor parties will blow you away. For their bachelor party specials, call 718-361-1348. Gallagher's 2000 is located at 4319 37th Street in Long Island City, Queens, just a half a block north of Queens Boulevard. Call 718-361-1348. Gallagher's 2000 is unlike any club in New York. Come tonight for the time of your life. Gallagher's 2000.
Let your imagination run wild.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new break you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-1424. 800-499-1424. 800-499-1424.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
This is out of our hat. That's what we're doing. Out of the hat. Wins and losses. Prediction time. Listen, the schedule is what it is. I mean, we all knew the teams that they're going to play. So it's just more about the primetime games. If anything, the fact that the Jets have none, it's not shocking at all. They suck. And they're just not a good organization right now. And there's nothing really great to get excited about. The Giants, 4 primetime games. I mean, listen, to start off the first 2 games of the season. And I'll tell you this much, okay? Because this means nothing. I'm not saying that this affects the players at all. But I will tell you, from personal experience, traveling and doing the prime time, the quick turnarounds, it does feel, and you have that effect when you're doing quick turnarounds. Whether it's a Sunday game into a Thursday game, a Monday night game into an early Sunday game, like you feel it, especially if you're traveling. Like you definitely feel it, right? That's why a couple of years ago, I remember when the Jets actually had some primetime games with Aaron Rodgers, and I remember I was working with BT at South Time, and BT was like, "Oh, I love these primetime games." I'm like, "Dude, this is awful. Like, you don't want these games. This is not good for the Jets." And I remember the way they were positioned, the back-to-backs, the London games. I was like, it's not a good schedule for the Jets, and they were terrible. So I'm not saying I'm always right, but I just can. Sometimes the primetime games aren't good. Now, listen, you're starting out the first week of the year, primetime at home. That's not terrible. Then you go into a Monday night game in LA. That's not terrible. You get Monday off or Tuesday off, one of those 2 days, so that's okay. Then you go back to the normal schedule, Sunday. There's a Thursday night game thrown in there, and then the last primetime game isn't until much later. So there's no Christmas, there's no New Year's Eve, all that stuff. That's good. So for the most part, for the Giants, it's a pretty solid schedule. The travels was predictable because you knew about it anyway. You're not going to Europe, you're not going overseas. And you have 9 home games. Like, that's pretty good. 9 home games, and they're all at home. It's not like 9 home games and one of our home games is in Germany. No, it's all 9 games are at home. So it's good for a good schedule for the Giants. And again, we all knew the teams they were playing against. That's not a shocker. It's just when we were playing against them. So 888-808-1019. Let's get back to these phone calls. Travis is in Queens. Travis, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the Fan.
Hey, what's up, Hoff? I'm going to piggyback on your NFL schedule for a second because we're both Giants fans as well. We're the weird Mets-Giants crossover. I think we're all right. I think this is all right. I wouldn't worry about it until we see week 1, like you've been saying. Let's beat that ass week 1, and we'll feel better about it. I'm calling about Soto. I think we have the same feelings on Soto. Like, we spent $765 on a man who has delivered quality stats literally every single day. Slow starts, but when it comes down to it, quality stats. Our team is not built around Juan Soto. We shouldn't have. I mean, I want him so bad. I'm so happy we have him, but we're not doing it right around him. And
yeah,
should have kept Pete Alonso, dude.
Yeah, I know, but again, he's gone, and like we could sit here and talk about how we should have kept Pete Alonso. I don't disagree with you. I can sit there. I'm going to keep on watching Pete Alonso all the time and defend the way he. Thanks so much for the phone call, Travis. I'm going to sit here and defend his defensive skills on the regular because I watch him and I still appreciate Pete Alonso. And like, you know, I heard Evan talk a little bit yesterday about he's bitter still about Jacob deGrom leaving. He's bitter about Pete Alonso. Like, yeah, I feel the same way. I'm not saying like, oh, we should have still kept him and that's where we no, like we've moved on from there. But I'm still gonna point out when Pete Alonso does something great. I'm gonna point that out. It's not like what are we gonna do now that we don't have Pete Alonso? We have to do something else. Like, that's it. He's not coming back. Like, and David Stearns could be fired tomorrow, and it's not gonna magically be like, oh well, Pete Alonso's coming back now. Don't worry, we're all good now. It's not happening either. So it's done. Doesn't make me feel happy. Doesn't make me feel satisfied that it's done. It's done, though. And we just have to move on. I try to move on. I still will follow Pete Alonso, and I'll point out things that he does really well or defend him when I can. I'm a Pete Alonso fan. I just am. Same with Jacob deGrom. I just am. 888-808-1019. Phil is in Sheepshead Bay. Phil, what's up, buddy?
Hi, Pete. I wanted to speak about David Stearns. Number one, he brought in a pitcher the year before. I don't remember his name, but with the Yankees, the guy got hurt. He stunk $34 million.
Montas.
It's like putting a match under the money. Throw it away.
Yes.
That's why I'm surprised Stevie Cohen went along with this, because you can't go from a small market team to a guy that thinks he's building it up. I know he detested Alonso. He didn't want Nimmo. So what do? You bring in singles hitters, a 35-year-old second baseman who hit, 223 or whatever he hit last year. And the whole thing is completely upside down. So, and now I want to make a point about the Knicks. No matter who they play, and I have a feeling it's going to be Detroit, they're going to out-physical them. They'll out-rebound them and let them keep running up the score like they've been doing. They'll be okay. I'll leave you with that. Let's go, Nick. Have a good evening.
Let's go, Phil. I love it. Listen, the physicality part's going to be tough with the Pistons. That's the one thing I will worry a little bit about, the physicality. But I do think the Knicks are a better team overall. I've been watching the Cavs and the Pistons a little bit in Game 6. There are some guys on that Pistons team that definitely worry me, that can get under the skin, that could, definitely are very physical, like walking through people, like flagrant fouls, and don't even give a crap. Like, they're not there to score points. They're there to get under your skin. Like a Sean Avery type in hockey. You know what I mean? 888-808-1019. Let's go to Max in Staten Island. Max, what's going on?
Hey, man, how's it going? I want to talk about the Jets that are going to go to the promised land this year.
What is the promised land for you?
The promise, for me, it is the Super Bowl. I am almost 30 years old. I have been a miserable human being all these years watching my Jets, except when I was in high school for those 2 years, watching them go to the title game. But it's been a miserable so many years, and they have to get it right. It has to go right eventually. And this year is the year it goes right. Which is going to return to form how he was in Seattle. And then everything's going to fall into place. Aaron Glenn's going to figure out how to coach. Okay. Breece Hall is going to get 1,500 yards. He's going to do really good this year. All right. And then we got Garrett Wilson. He's Garrett Wilson. So, yeah, it could work out.
Listen, I love your optimism, but I'm going to tell you right now, and you should go back and listen to the Odyssey app around 2:30-ish or whatever it was, where we did our predictions. What I did for the Jets predictions was, and I'm about to do it with the Giants in a little bit, so after this phone call, we'll take a break and we'll do our predictions for the Giants. But what I did was I put 17 L's for losses and 17 W for wins in my hat, and I randomly went through the schedule week 1 through 18, and I just picked W's and L's out of my hat, and I got 7 and 10. So if I'm right, if my hat is right, it's not a promised land year. I'm sorry.
No, that's worse being 7 and 10, because then we lose out on Arch Manning. We might as well go 0-17.
Well, I can't help you there. That I can't. I can only do so much. I got to be honest with you. They according to my schedule, my predictions, they actually started out like 1-6 or 1-7. So that's actually on par. Then it went to the Chiefs and they started winning, and then I don't know. So maybe not. The first half feels about right. They feel like the Jets aren't going to be very good. I don't understand when you feel that. Like you can wish it. You could sit there and try to wish it into fruition of like, the Jets, Geno Smith, he's going to have a bounce back season. But Aaron Glenn has given us nothing to really buy into.
Oh, no, he's a bum. I hate him.
But how do you play well enough to get to a Super Bowl if your coach is terrible? Like,
I'm trying to lie to myself, man. I'm just trying to buy some hope here. It's hard,
Yeah,
it's hard.
I know. Listen. I've been there before. I've done that before. I've tried to lie many times. It's tough, man. This one I can't do, which is why, like last year, I took off from last year. I was like, you know what? I'm not a Jets fan. I'm taking a year off. I gotta take a year off from this crap. Like, I can't do it. And it was the best thing. It was therapeutic. It was great.
Yeah, no, like I get in trouble with my fiance because I'm telling her, hey, I want to watch the Jet game, and then I'm like, I'm getting like yelled at for wanting to watch my football, and then I'm watching garbage. So it's like I'm doing it to myself at this point.
Let me ask you a question: does your fiance make you watch any of those like reality shows at all with her?
Yes, we have to watch like Say Yes to. I hate that. I just it's a big deal. If I want to watch my Knicks or I want to watch my Jets or Yankees or whatever, but like I have to watch that garbage. Now no offense to anybody who likes reality shows.
No,
But,
yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
But Max, basically, you guys are trading your garbage for her garbage. So I think together you guys have to figure out a different strategy of what to watch together. That's actually good.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. She's being a bit too much about it. So like, I gotta figure out something.
Listen, I'll tell you this much, and I don't know much about stuff. I'm married. I'm success. I don't know how that's happened. So it's 9 years. Is it 8 or 9 years? It's 9 years, I think, this year. Yeah, 9 years. We're going on 9 years strong. But that being said, I've surprised we've gotten this far because of me, not because of her. And I will tell you this much: if you could share things together, that is definitely the best thing. Whatever you can share together, enjoy together, take advantage of it. Because that spending time together, especially before you have kids, before anything like that,
right?
Like that is so huge. So enjoy it, even if it's watching really bad football together. Do it.
I appreciate that.
And listen, I like your optimism. I just don't think it's happening this year. Call me back in 10 years. Maybe we'll be in a different spot.
That sounds like a plan.
All right, Max, you be safe. All right, brother.
Thanks, man.
All right, later. 888-808-1019. All right. Taking a break, and then coming up, we are officially pulling wins and losses out of our hats. Is that right? That's what I'm talking about.
Hats or somewhere else, right?
Yeah. Basically somewhere else, but it's out of a hat, but it feels like somewhere else. 888-808-1019. It's Pete Hoffman with you on the Fan. Till 5 when Joe B takes over. Hit me up at Hoff WFAN.
We're throwing one of the biggest parties of the year and want you there. Come hang with us at WFAN's annual kickoff to summer with Boomer and Geo, live from DJ's on Ocean Avenue in Belmar on Friday, May 22nd at 6 a.m. We'll get your Memorial Day weekend started with a bash featuring special guest, certified platinum country rock band, Parmalee.
Holmes, where my heart is still beating.
We want to see you and your friends down the shore for WFAN's kickoff to summer 2026. It's all brought to you by Chef IQ, Helix Wireless, Yingling, and your home for New York sports, WFAN.
With over 90 years of combined legal experience representing the law enforcement community, Decolator Cohen & DeCrisco, LLP, continues to strive to educate police officers of their civil rights to sue in line-of-duty accident cases. The 2026 Police Officers' Right to Sue newsletter can be viewed on policeofficersrighttosue.com and provides successful results in varying line-of-duty accident cases. These results include damages recovered from RMP accidents involving the City of New York and civilian motorists, station house defects, ricochet injuries from the range, private premises slip and falls, sidewalk slip and falls, construction defects, snow and ice cases, and injuries emanating from defective RMPs. In any LOD accident, it is important for the officer to take photographs of any defects, injuries, or damage. It is also essential to draft the line-of-duty report and detail the cause of the accident in the paperwork. Remember, there's a 90-day time limitation to file a claim against a municipality. If any law enforcement member has a question regarding a potential lawsuit, contact Decolator Cohen & DeCrisco, LLP at policeofficersrighttosue.com or call 1-800-901-1529.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer, now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
At City Harvest, we're on the road every day rescuing millions of pounds of nutritious food for New Yorkers in need, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles. That's how we feed good.
Chuck McDowell here with Red Pocket Mobile. How long have you been stuck with the same phone plan? 2 years? 5? 10? Are you tired of surprise fees and confusing bills? Switch to Red Pocket Mobile. With Red Pocket Mobile, premium 5G plans start at just $10 a month. Pick a plan, lock in your rate, and that's the number you'll see on your bill every month. No hidden fees and no long-term contracts. And here's the kicker. Red Pocket lets you choose from 3 major 5G networks, not just one. Pick the network that actually works where you live and where you work. Try one, and if you like it, keep it. If not, switch to another. Never be stuck with a single network again. Plus, keep your phone, keep your number. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
New customers can switch and save 50%. Choose from all 3 major 5G networks with one locked-in low price and no contracts at redpocket.com. Redpocket.com.
This is Alex Shulman of Shulman & Hill, New York's premier injury law firm. We'll always stand up for you if you're injured in a slip and fall. If you've ever wished you've had a lawyer in the family, now you will. At Shulman & Hill, it's never one and done. Once you're a client, you're always part of our family. Shulman & Hill, we're not just New York's law firm, we're your law firm. Get your free consultation at hurtny.com. That's hurtny.com.
Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And that's not always an easy thing for me to achieve. But my friends at CertaPro Painters, they had no such problems. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call now at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Hey! My dad is bringing home the best birthday cake ever!
It was my 5th birthday, and my dad was bringing home the cake.
Should have been here a half hour ago.
The cake never made it, and neither did my dad. That was the day a drunk driver killed my dad. Daddy? Impaired drivers take lives. Think.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee. Aired in cooperation with the New York State Broadcasters Association.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
All right, here you go. 888-808-1019. It is time for the predictions. As we did the Jets earlier in the show around 2:30. If you missed the Odyssey app, go to it. Odyssey app around 2:30. Just download it, rewind, and you can check out me predicting the Jets record. And what we did was we smoothly ripped up or put in 17 W's for wins, 17 L's for losses. Crumpled them up, put them in the hat. Excuse me. And then we went through the schedule, the NFL schedule for the Jets, and we pulled out wins and losses per game. And we came up with a 7-10 record. So now let's pull up the Giants schedule. New York Giants 2026 schedule. Let us pull this up. Let's see where we're at. And then we're going to go through and we'll figure out together Prediction City. Let's play some music. NFL is back, even though we're still very far away. We're scrapping away the preseason games as nobody cares about the what is it? The Vikings, the Dolphins, and then the Jets. So nobody cares about those guys. We go straight to week one. Straight to week one. Dallas, prime time. 8:20 start. Here we go. Shuffle these around a little bit. And we will go. Here we go, people. Week one. Do you have any predictions on what this will be? Nick?
Win.
You think it's a win? Oh, you're right. W. Look at that. So the Giants start out the prime time schedule with a win. Okay, here we go. Now we go September 21st. That's a Monday night. They fly out to L.A. 8:15. Against the Los Angeles Rams. And they get... That's a W. 2-0. All right. Now we go back to the 1 o'clock game. They have Robert Saleh and their old friend Brian Dable back in town. Sunday, September 27th. Tennessee Titans. We shall see. What is it? Oh, it's an L. All right, so they take the L to the Tennessee Titans. They get revenge. Brian Dable and company get revenge on the Giants. All right, here we go. Sunday, October 4th. Arizona. The Cardinals coming to town, 1 o'clock. Ooh, let's see. This one looks... we got a W. We got a W. That's a win. Week 4, a win for the Giants. All right. Sunday, October 11th, Week 5, heading out to Washington versus the Commanders. Right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, we're picking these out of a hat. We'll see how this goes. Oh, another win. How about that? Add that to the list. Another win. So right now, win, loss, win. Versus New Orleans. Sunday, October 18th. It's a 1 o'clock game at home. Was it Tyler Shuck? Is that his name? We see. Oh, disappointment, a loss. They lost last year to the Saints. So that, you know what? I get that. I could see that. 4-2. We head to Houston, the Texans. Sunday, October 25th. Again, not a primetime game. It's the 1 p.m. start. Oh, a loss. That is a loss. All right, 4-3. Week 8 is a bye. So, there you go. No bye. No wins, no losses for the byes. Okay. Week 9, Sunday, November 8th, 1 p.m. game in Philadelphia. We got ourselves a win. We got ourselves a W. All right, I don't know where I lost count, so I'm not really sure where we're at right now. But that was a W for the Giants. We go Thursday Night Football, November 12th. The Washington Commanders. The Commanders are coming to town. I don't know what happened last time, but let's see. This is a big fat L. It's an L. Okay. Sunday, November 22nd, the Jacksonville Jaguars come to town. Oh, I picked up 2. Not good. I'm going to put them both back. Can't do that. I picked out 2 by accident. They were stuck together. All right, here we go. And here is a W. We got a win. That is against the Jacksonville Jaguars, Sunday, November 22nd. Then off to the Colts, Sunday, November 29th, 1 p.m. Not a primetime game. Not a primetime game. Let's see. This is week 12 at this point in time. Oh, another W. Write that down, Nick. Another W. I don't know where we're at right now. But we're at week 13. I can tell you that much. San Francisco 49ers coming to town Sunday, December 6th. Not a primetime game. Just a 1 o'clock start. San Francisco 49ers, December 6th. Oh, another W. We got a W. There it is. By the way, 17 W's, 17 L's, put in a hat. That's what I done did. And I'm picking them out now. Week by week. Week 14, Sunday, December 13th, we going out to Seattle. Where's the music? Where's the music? Oh, TBD flex game, whatever that means. But it's home versus Philadelphia. That part I got. Ooh, that's an L. That's 3 L's in a row. So, final tally, because I've lost count there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 L's. Is that correct?
Sounds right to me.
That means we have 10 wins. The Giants' 2026 record, 10-7. How about that? How do you feel about that, Nick?
It'd be great if it actually happens, but I doubt it.
Is that a playoff team?
Possibly.
It's pretty good. Let's see. Let's look at the teams last year who made the playoffs and what their records were. Let's see. We had. They don't show the record this week. Either way, 10-7 is a much more improved team from last year.
I think a lot of Giants fans would sign up for 10-7.
Yeah, but the 3 losses in a row at the end of the season would hurt because if they are 10-4, right? Again, this is just. By the way, I don't really know. We just pulled it out of a hat. Literally pulled it out of a hat. But just imagine if that's how the season goes and it's 10-4 and you have to win 1 game to make the playoffs and you lose to Detroit, you lose to Dallas, and then you lose to Philly. That is a dagger. That would be tough. That would be a tough pill to swallow. But 10-7 is better than 7-10. But again, listen, not bad records for both teams. Jets, even though the Jets fan would probably be a little miffed because the fact that a 7-10 record takes them away from a, great draft pick and a good playoff spot. The fact is you're playing relevant football, I guess. You're playing in some tight games. You're winning games, which is good. And the Giants' 10-7 record is really good because that shows your playoff caliber. So we'll put that up somewhere, maybe on social media. Maybe. I don't know. Nick, you want to do anything with it?
Maybe not.
Do you want to do any work today?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither. I understand that.
You got to give me your login anyway, though.
For what?
To post it.
To post what?
You say you want to post this. Right?
Oh, okay. I'll give you my login. All right.
Just tell everybody, share it with me.
No, I don't do that. I don't want to do that. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. 888-808-1019. So there you go. We did our predictions. 2:30 on the Odyssey app. You can check it out, or we'll post it on social media. And then just now we did the Giants. So that's fun for all you NFL fans. The schedule release came out. I got to be honest with you. The one thing that I was bothered by with the schedule release was it happened on Thursday night at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Actually, I think it happened at 8:30, if I'm correct. I think it actually came out officially 8:30 on NFL Network or whatever the case is. But first of all week long, we were getting the spoilers. Like everyone was finding out more information. I mean, Adam Schefter was legitimately giving us leaked information every day. If Adam Schefter is leaking the schedule, then clearly somebody wants it to get out there. So what are we doing with an actual schedule release date for? Like, why are we doing that? And then, not for nothing, by the time, Art Stapleton had a guess of basically the entire schedule on his website, in his article, and NJ.com. And then, it was all basically accurate. It wasn't confirmed, but it was accurate. And then the Giants put it out before the actual, I got the notification from the Giants before the NFL actually released it on their airwaves. It's like, what was there a schedule release? Was that what's going on? Like, we planned this whole thing, it's almost like the NFL draft. Like, oh, here's the draft. We're gonna make some picks. it's like if everyone knew their pick like days before and just waited, and just started throwing them in before we actually did the draft. What's the point? What's the point of having a draft, or what's the point of having a scheduled release when it's already out there? So, whatever. It's stupid. It is what it is. At the end of the day, they're all playing games, and we're excited for football. We just can't wait for it to come. 888-808-1019. We'll take a quick break, come back, wrap things up on the phones. 888-808-1019. Hit me up at Hoff, WFAN.
It's the Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle. Afternoons 2 to 7 on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
Walter, Clyde, Anthony, Aloysius, Frazier. I don't think this generation of basketball players has that same, fire. Maybe it's a respect for the game. How do you look at it?
Yeah, they don't have that tenacious work ethic like we had, because we was afraid to leave because you don't play somebody to get your job and you're out of work.
Right. They get a real job.
So you're going to go if you can go.
Get the Carton Show on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and the free Odyssey app.
Imagine a gentleman's club with over 200 gorgeous exotic dancers every week.
Hey, big boy.
From the people who make fantasies come true, Gallagher's 2000 in Long Island City is the place to be. Gallagher's 2000, a gentleman's club for today, gentlemen. Gallagher's 2000 features 2 floors, 3 stages, discounted drinks, VIP, champagne rooms, and dinner specials every night. Gallagher's 2000 offers complimentary lunch Thursdays and Fridays with any drink purchase.
Come on down, big boy.
Gallagher's 2000 is New York's largest upscale gentleman's club, and Gallagher's 2000's bachelor parties will blow you away. For their bachelor party specials, call 718-361-1348. Gallagher's 2000 is located at 4319 37th Street in Long Island City, Queens, just a half a block north of Queens Boulevard. Call 718-361-1348. Gallagher's 2000 is unlike any club in New York. Come tonight for the time of your life. Gallagher's 2000.
Let your imagination run wild.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-700-6898, 800-700-6898, or biglou.com.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
They had every hat in the world. And I was going to buy, I have a lot of different Mets hats. I was going to buy this purple and green Met hat. And I know it would piss Joe off very, very much if I bought it. So I was thinking of him when I didn't buy it, but I almost bought it just because I feel like if it wasn't a Met hat, he may appreciate it, but because it's a Mets, it was like that would tick him off. But they had some awesome hats there. They had this awesome Royals hat that everyone was like excited over. Endless amount of stuff that would just, if you check it out, MLB Store, we were there all day yesterday. Definitely worth checking out if you're a baseball fan, that's for sure. 888-808-1019. But again, the major story today is the Subway Series. But what happened before the Subway Series? Max Fried goes on the 15-day IL with a bone bruise on his left elbow. But the bigger thing about that is because It's not 15 days, right? We know that because they've said now they're shutting him down, imaging, nothing bad as far as torn. They don't have to do surgery. That's the good stuff. But the bad stuff is they are not even going to start a throwing program until they do more imaging in a few weeks to see if everything is really okay. To see, to match the imaging. So he's basically shut down for at least 2-3 weeks. And then they're going to restart his throwing program. So you're talking about at least a month, maybe 2, of Max Fried not being available to pitch. Here's the other thing, too, is, I'm not a doctor. We look it up. We all speculate and stuff like that. But I looked it up, and it was like, yeah, there's a possibility that, like, a really bad bone bruise, if you're, an athlete or whatever the case is, if it's aggressive, it could be like 9 months. Now, the good thing is you have Garrett Cole coming back. The good thing is you do have Carlos Rodon, who just returned. You have Cam Schlittler, Will Ward. Again, you do have Clark Schmidt even. That's going to come back probably sometime late August, maybe early September. But that's concerning. And it's not supposed to be like a happy concerning. That's a concern. Like you do have to worry that. I know that Max Fried said he's okay, right? But now after we saw Clay Holmes get injured, right? Think about this. Think about the athletes and who they are. Max Fried has a bone bruise. He says it's not going to be that bad. He should be fine. He's happy with what they found so far, and he's going to do his best to return as soon as possible. That's what he says. Clay Holmes broke his fibula. Spencer Jones hit a ball off his leg. He broke his fibula. The ball was 111 miles per hour, banged off his leg, his shin or whatever, broke his fibula, and he pitched an inning and a third after on a broken fibula, a fractured fibula. So now compare Clay Holmes to Max Fried. I don't know their tolerance to pain. I have no idea how what their threshold is. But clearly it's higher than most other people because they're pitching with injuries. Who knows how long that Max Fried was hurt for? Right? We actually know that the last start was very frustrating. It wasn't a good start for him. But I think the start prior to that wasn't all that great either, and he ran into some issues. So this is probably going on a little bit longer than like a day. You know what I mean? And then you got so Clay Holmes and Max Fried, they're fighting through it. But they're not telling people. They're saying that they'll pitch through it. It's fine. Broken fibula? Fractured fibula. And he's pitching. Okay. But these are the type of guys they are. And I know we joke about, this guy's baseball players are soft. These players are soft. Listen, there's some guys that are, some guys aren't. And you got to give up to Clay Holmes and Max Fried for pitching through it. Now, again, Max Fried says he's not really concerned about this injury. He'll be back soon. Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not injured. He may say he'll fight through it and get back as soon as possible. But he may still have to wait for the doctors to approve that his injury is gone, that he's good to go. He may try to fight through it, but they're not going to let him, especially if they're still winning, especially if Garrett Cole's fine, especially if Carlos Rodon pitches halfway decent and Cam Schlittler's an ace and Ryan Weathers is there. They have enough pitching that they don't need Max Fried to rush back. So Max Fried can say what he wants. But this is an injury that could take a long time. I'm sure, though, playoff time comes around, I'm sure that he's probably going to want to make a start. But at that point in time, too, if he really is injured and still injured, do you allow it? That's the question. Clay Holmes, on the other hand, potentially last game of his career is a bet. You don't know. He can opt out if he wants to. There goes a trade piece, which is an obvious issue, right? Like, this season is basically done for the Mets. They had their opportunity. They won 8 out of 12 games coming into this series, and they lose the first one. They still have an opportunity to win the series by winning the next 2 games. But do we really think that's possible? Do we really see the Mets offense coming alive randomly? We have an opener today. The Mets have an opener today going up against, I think it's Ryan Weathers today, or maybe that's tomorrow. Either way, do you really think that the Mets, Ryan Weathers tomorrow with Freddie Peralta. I forget who's pitching today for the Yankees. But either way, do you really think Rodon's today? But do you really think the Mets are going to put up some runs against any of these pitchers and beat the Yankees? I don't. I really don't. And this is kind of like it. Like, I was trying to hype myself up for this series for so many different reasons, because this could be the start of something or legitimately the end of this season. Like, I feel like it's one or the other, because it's their biggest series for so many levels. The Yankees were trending down, whether it was injuries, whether it was losses. They lost 6 out of 8 games. They weren't hitting well, all this stuff. Obviously the concern with Max Fried. The Mets trending up, actually performing well. They bring in A.J. Ewing. Carson Bench is starting to hit a little bit. And just like that, momentum's gone. And even if they win the next 2 games, it almost feels like it's just a little too late. And they're not winning enough, right? It just feels like they don't do enough. They swept the Tigers, great. Then they go out and lose the next game. And you had the Yankees on the ropes because the Yankees weren't playing well. This was an opportunity to take advantage. And it backfired. So I feel like this season, though most of us, I think that most Met fans really do believe this season is over already anyway. Like, it was over in April, but like the death of it against the Yankees in the Subway Series, it just feels like it's destined. It's destiny. Not density. It's destiny. 888-808-1019. Maury's in Belmore. What's up, Maury?
It's destiny, Pete. It's destiny, brother.
Yeah.
It is what it is, Pete. Listen, first of all, I guess we got to wait a little longer for Detroit, but that's okay. Give OG some time to rest. In regards to the youngsters, I think the future is bright for both of our baseball teams. I like what we have in you heard what Soto said. This is why I chose the Mets, because of Benz and Ewing coming up. But that's pretty funny that he's saying that. But Pete, what I need to say is the big brother, little brother, the discussions between the Mets and Yankees, it's just not as good as it used to be. There's no real arguments. It's more like, you guys have continued to be the little brother for a little while, but it's all about fun, dude. It's all about fun. I took my old man to the game yesterday. He had a good time. He's 83.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, but listen, I got to be honest with you. The juice seemed like it was picking up for a second.
Because of the, yeah.
It did.
Sorry, Pete.
No. I'm just saying it did feel like there was juice there for like a half a second. It felt like there was going into this game that there was a little bit because of obviously, the fact that the Mets were winning and the Yankees were losing and the injuries. It felt like it was a perfect time to collide, but the juice is gone as soon as the Mets, step on the field.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I do think that, it could have been a really good three days of back and forth. I also think that at least the coach on the Mets, some of the pressure's off of him for now. I do think at the end, or at least if they don't at least make a little run for it, you got to figure out what you got to do with Stearns, because I think Stearns created this monster. And then last but not least, I think when it comes to the Knicks, and obviously I'll play either one. But I'd rather play Cleveland, not for any other reason, as we don't have any big men, as much physical big men. There's 1 or 2 guys in Detroit that are beasts, and it can turn into foul trouble.
They're much more. Thanks for so much for focal. They're much more physical than you want to face, because again, you got to remember this too. you do got a finals to go through. So do you want the physical series, which is, it's a gut check moment of like, hey, can we really play with this tough series? And I think they can. I think they could beat anybody, so I'm not really worried about it. But again, you do want to be as healthy as possible going into the finals. And if you play the Pistons, there's a more possibility that you're going to be a 7-game grinded out series where, more people have them more likely to get hurt because you're going to be in that physical series. 888-808-1009. Al, Brooklyn, you're the last call of the day, or for me at least.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, it's me. Sorry about that.
Al, what's up, bud?
Okay. Hey, listen, one thing quick I have to tell you, it's more important. I know you're having trouble with your allergies.
Yes.
All right, listen, there's a product called oregano. I won't keep you. Just look it up.
Did you say oregano?
Well, oil of oregano is the best thing for allergies. But this product is called oregano.
Oregano.
It's the best form of the oregano that takes care of it. And believe me, this stuff works. I mean, I gave it to a friend at work the next day. He came in and he ran up and kissed me. This stuff really works. So give it a try. Oregano is the brand. So
you want me to kiss you? Got it. All right.
And now the one are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know anything about this receiver that the Giants got from, I think, Notre Dame, and he was their third pick? I hear he's like a really good guy, 10, 15 yards down the field. You know who he is?
Who?
No, I'm asking you if you know anything about him.
Oh, what was it? What was the question? I'm sorry.
The receiver the Giants picked in their third pick.
Oh, yeah. Do I know much about him? No, not really. I don't.
Okay. All right. I just thought you may, but mainly I wanted you to get the message of the oregano. I don't want to
oregano. I'm all about that, Al. Thank you so much. No, I got to be honest with you. I've said this before. I don't really know all these prospects, the people that they drafted. Like, I'm gonna see them on the field. Like, come, the preseason and whatnot. We'll see them over there. But I don't really know much about these guys. And that's okay. I trust them and hope that they know what they're doing. Malik Neighbors was a good pick, right? Good pick. Just got hurt. Tyrone Tracy, good pick. There's a lot of good picks that the Giants have been making recently, and you just gotta hope they continue. But I'm not really sure about when it comes down to the college NFL. I wait till they get to the NFL, and then I judge it from there because there's a lot of busts. Too many busts for me to get excited about. So if I'll listen. I'll judge them once they get on the field. But thank you to Nick Theodoro for being the man, for just being there for me at all times.
No problem.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for hitting me up at Hoff WFAN on social media. If you want to follow me, hit me up there at Hoff WFAN on all social media. That's X, Instagram, and TikTok. We got another Rico Brody tonight, another one tomorrow, and then I'll be back with the Carton Show with Chris McMonagle on Monday, 2 o'clock. Joe Benigno coming up next on The Fan. Everyone have a great day.
Sports Radio 101.9 FM. WFAN. New York.
Imagine a gentleman's club with over 200